for 5 days in Comox, this random campsite. The only one that I could find that would stay for 5 nights, and I'm the only one with a tent. It's me and a bunch of long-term campers, but it's gonna be awesome because we have a really high velocity store here. I also can't seem to be speaking right now. We have a really high velocity store here. There's some incredible mountain biking, and I get to just spend 5 days doing some fun stuff, giving out a ton of impact bars and biking as much as possible. Well, also doing a little bit of work, but you know, more the fun stuff.
Hey, I'm Devin.
And I'm Alessa. And we're the co-founders of Algi.
This summer, we're going on an epic 7-month road trip to promote and sell the Impact Bar, Canada's first whole food endurance bar.
Follow along as we showcase the highs and lows of starting a food brand while exploring the best Western Canada has to offer.
And just enjoying life along the way.
Welcome to the Impact Tour.
It's day number 1, me being all on my own out here in the Comox Valley. And last night in the tent, it wasn't bad. It wasn't bad. It was a little cold. Definitely didn't dress well enough for it, but it was okay. But this campsite, it's kind of it's not the nicest campsite I've been to. It's just everyone here has an RV, and they're set up in their own RVs, and they've got their toilets and their showers and sinks and everything. So the communal bathrooms are just not ideal, and you have to pay for showers, which I hate. And yeah, so I walked in there this morning and I was like, I don't have a shower card to pay for this, so shower later, I guess. But just all part of it. But on the agenda today, I'm gonna go work at Starbucks. I feel pretty bad about going to work at Starbucks, but the problem is you go to a cafe and you don't know how good their Wi-Fi is, or if they have seating just based off of the Google photos. So it sucked, but sometimes Starbucks is the most consistent, especially if you just like really need to get work done. So going to Starbucks, gonna get some work done. Gonna try to do a middle of the day ride, because I think that would be awesome. And then keep working until probably like 4 or 5 p.m. and then go for a big long ride tonight. Yeah, it's gonna be an awesome day. You get a lot of stuff done, and yeah, we'll bring you along with me.
And I'm about to go walk up the mountain here at the Cumberland Community Forest and give out a ton of samples. We've got a massive backpack just filled with samples. Got a table, got the flag, had some product information, some cards, some stickers, and I'm just gonna go surprise a bunch of people, give them a bunch of free stuff, and hope for the best. I've been out here for probably 30 minutes, and I've given out 5 samples to maybe 3 people. Maybe all my thoughts about Cumberland being like really, really good for sampling, or completely BS, or maybe I'm just in the wrong spot. I was actually earlier just down there, but the problem with that is that there's kind of a fork, so people would be coming up that trail or down this trail, and they just like ignore me. So just a couple thoughts. I am a quarter of the way up the lower climbing section before you get into all the other climbing stuff, and a group just like blitzed right by me, and I don't know why that is. Like, I mean, when I go through here, I go pretty quick too, but I just assumed that like this would be a place where people would have enough thought process to go, oh, like look at that, like I'm curious about that, like maybe I'll slow down and ask. But no, everyone's just been like full on. Like, I'm a little disappointed about that. So I mean, maybe the best thing for me to do is to just go sit in the parking lot and give out samples. Maybe I need to go all the way to the trail entrance. I'm not sure. I'm going to give it another 10 minutes here and then decide. It's gotten a little bit better, but still, people just right past. And, I haven't experienced a lot of no's, but here, a lot of people just, I'm good, which is completely fine, but yo, it's free food in the middle of a forest. Does that happen that often? No. Maybe that's part of why they're saying no. Because I'm a dude wearing a pineapple shirt and a big bucket hat with these big round sunglasses with a random table in the forest. It just doesn't add up. But at least stop and be like, dude, what the F are you doing? So Alessa is still in Ontario. She's actually going to see Elton John tonight, which is going to be awesome, I'm assuming. And I am just about to leave because I have a couple things that I need to do. Being, go see a bunch of different stores. So we've got 3 on the list, more, but I'm only going to do 3 today. And then I'm going to go find a little coffee shop and get a bunch more work done. And those 3 stores are super important because they're all what we think, we're not listed there yet, but what we think to be pretty high velocity stores, really, really good stores here in Victoria on Vancouver Island. And we just launched with a island distributor, Vancouver Island based distributor. So we're super excited for that. And the whole goal of going to these 3 stores is essentially just to remind them, be like, hey, we still exist. We'd love to see the product on store shelves. Here's some samples. And to try to get some meetings with managers. So that's the goal. I'll take you along to the ride. All right, so I just did one meeting, which was very brief. I just walked into the store, told the guy about us, reminded him technically about us, and give him some samples. Told him that we were listed with an island distributor, and now we're on to store number 2, which is right in front of me. And this one's a little bit more complicated because we haven't actually been able to communicate with the owners of the store. It's been really weird. It's just this back and forth kind of thing. But a distributor that we've been trying to work with actually had a meeting with us here at this cafe back in May. So kind of weird, kind of all over the place. But my goal here was to get in here, find the right people, give them some samples, and try to get a meeting if possible. And if they don't want a meeting, then just try to push them on listing the bar. So it's kind of a no-brainer. They can do a free fill, which is essentially just they get free product for the first production or for the first listing, just to test things out. So for them, it's kind of a no-brainer. They just, they fill the shelves with something new that they don't have to pay for. I mean, the only loss to them is maybe it doesn't sell and it just wastes space, but it's small. So fingers crossed. We'll see what happens. All right, I'm back, and that wasn't very successful. What often happens in these situations is we go in and we try to get meetings with people because they're not answering their emails or they're not answering or responding to our voicemails, which is acceptable. These are busy people, and grocery business as a whole is just very just a cluster, because it's all over the place, thousands of products, tons of people to deal with. I get it, but it's always hard for us because we go into these places and we try to get meetings and people are just not really receptive of it, and they want us to go through the traditional channels, which is, get a broker and get a distributor and get them to just deal with all this, which is easier for them, but it hurts our margins and it hurts us. So this is kind of an easier, more personalized way for us to do it. But in essence, I went in there and people that I needed to meet were busy. So left samples, a sell sheet, and we already have their contact info, so we'll just shoot them an email and be like, hey, what the F? Can you please respond? Please. So, on to the next one. I'm almost in Vancouver. Left Victoria this morning on the 7 a.m. ferry, and I am on my way to a coffee shop because I have a 9 a.m. meeting, and it is 8:29 right now. So fingers crossed I can make it because I have no idea where I'm going. And then after that, I'm gonna go pick up Alessa, as she just flew in from Toronto. Ask her how Elton John was, because that's where she was last night. And then it's time to get back to work, because tonight, this evening, we are checking into the Vancouver Convention Center again. It's like a little deja vu from our April and May excursions there at CHFA and at the Vancouver Marathon. But this time, it's all about biking. It's for the Whistler Grand Fondo. So, super excited about it. Be nice to get some of this stuff. I don't know if you can see that, but all that stuff out of the back. So, sell some bars, give out a ton of samples, talk about the impact bar, talk about us. It's gonna be great. All right.